Live to the Kerem Shalom border crossing to our Ariel Levin Waldman. Ariel, explain exactly why this place is so important and why it's closed today.
Okay, why is it so important is the first question. Roughly 250 full trucks full of food, materials, building construction, and international aid cross over from Israel into Gaza via this intersection every single day. But this intersection has been closed since the early hours of Sunday morning, Saturday night, and that is because Israel's army was conducting a serious military operation on both this side of the border, while the Air Force was conducting the same operation over in Gaza. They were taking out a terror tunnel, a mile long, that stretched from Gaza underneath the Kerem Shalom intersection into Egypt, with hatches studding its length so that people could come up and, according to the army, conduct attacks, raids, and kidnappings on Israeli targets and military installations. Now, they're also saying, based on where the in point and the out point of this tunnel were, that it was going to be used for smuggling, very likely for new and advanced weapons from Iran. So that's why on the early hours of Sunday, Israeli Air Force jets hit the tunnel on the Gaza side of the border. Meanwhile, Israeli army engineers took out infrastructure on this side. Of course, it's more than just the tunnel. Hamas and Islamic Jihad had built this tunnel, and they had built it right underneath the main gas line going into Gaza, thinking that this would shield the tunnel from any sort of attack. Again, a recipe for humanitarian disaster. They thought if the Israeli army took any action against the tunnel, it might blow up the gas line, causing an escalation of the already bad situation in Gaza itself, on humanitarian situation. So right now the trucks are still out, but the crossing will be opening again. The crossing will be opening again on the 16th tomorrow morning.
And Ariel, essential entry point for goods to Gaza, but it has been involved in past terror attacks and smuggling attempts there at Kerem Shalom by Hamas and other groups in Gaza.
Yes, it has. There were some major terror attacks just a couple years back. We had an attack that happened on the Egyptian side of the border right there, where gunmen killed something like 16 Egyptian police officers, then ran trucks full of explosives towards the crossing itself, and they had to be taken out by Israeli jets. We've also had attacks originating from Gaza itself, truck bombings, remote-controlled trucks studded with bombs and booby traps that Hamas has launched at the checkpoint. So this has been a flashpoint for violence on all sides of the border, and there's still violence going on in the Egyptian side. We've been hearing for the past few hours now the continuous fighting taking place in Egypt. You can hear every few seconds mortars go off and the sound of machine guns, but that's normal for this area. Israel's side of the border is usually kept very quiet because Israel has deployed a lot of advanced technology, both for dealing with any sort of tunnel infrastructure. They've deployed some new kind of sensor technology. They've prided with taking out 3 terror tunnels in the past 3 months or so. And it's just one thing after another. We've had the best observation. We have drones overhead, Israeli observation balloons overhead. This side of the border is kept very tightly sealed. Security here has always been tight. So while, yes, there's violence around, this side's usually fairly stable.
Okay, Ariel Levin Waldman on the Gaza border. Thank you for that report.